DT! It's a red card! You don't see where the goalkeeper is. You need to get some more money out, Robbie.
Hello boys and girls, and welcome to my preview of Arsenal against Leeds. Tonight it's a Monday, and yeah, we've had that weekend off, and given the fact that we're playing alright at the moment and results have been okay with the new management and everything, it was a weekend that you didn't want to have off. I suppose the players have had a little bit more rest, although there will be a lot of changes tonight. But it's never nice playing on the Monday night and you've got to sit there all weekend and watch what happens. Now, of course, it is the FA Cup. And for me, this is still a massive competition. You look at some of the matches over the course of the weekend and you can see where a lot of the team's priorities lie. Even some of the sides that are down near the bottom of the Premier League, they do not take the FA Cup seriously. They're playing weakened side, because their priority is the Premier League. They want to stay in the Premier League, and the FA Cup is just another game that's in their way. And, you know, it's a bit sad that it's gone that way. But with the money in football and everything else, it's the way it's gone. It's the oldest club cup competition in the world, and I like it. And I would like to win it again. It's been very, very nice to us. We have won it more than anyone else. And yeah, you can't beat a day out at Wembley, you know, cup final day. Traditionalist, that's what it's all about. But listen, we're going to make changes. We have to make changes. We've got a bit of a depleted squad. We've got players coming back from injury. And we've got games coming thick and fast. So yeah, you can see why clubs don't really prioritise the FA Cup anymore. Like I said, it's sad, but needs must, because there are more important things. But with that said, yeah, I still want to go and win it. And I feel that Mikel Arteta is a guy that knows all about the FA Cup. He, of course, won it whilst captain of Arsenal. And it was very good to him. So, yeah, he will want to be a part of, you know, a good cup run, shall we say, this year. Now, it's not going to be an easy game tonight, playing Leeds United. Now, again, talking about squads and, you know, lineups, they will have an interesting lineup. They're going to bring about 9,000 fans down from Yorkshire. And yeah, their priority is the Championship and getting back into the Premier League. They're absolutely flying right now. And they're going to want to maintain that. So do they go and make a lot of changes, you know, with the priority being the Championship? Or do they say it's a good opportunity to play Arsenal at the Emirates against what will be a lesser side than our Premier League side and claim a scalp? Interesting. No doubt the manager's been spying and checking out what we've been up to, and he's a quality manager. Seriously, Leeds are a big side and they deserve to be in the Premier League. They've been out of it a long time now. We all know about the problems that they had before. Were flying in the Premier League at one point, Champions League semi-finals, and then it all came crashing down. Their fan base is absolutely massive. The fact that they're bringing 9,000 people down from Yorkshire on a Monday night just kind of says the size of the club. And yeah, I'd like to see them in the Premier League next year, because they'll be a good addition, that's for sure. But for tonight, let's not hand out any late Christmas presents. Let's go and get the job done, and let's go and get through to the next round. There weren't too many massive scalps over the course of the weekend. You don't really see loads and loads of FA Cup upsets anymore. And I think one of the theories behind that as well is that even when, you know, the big sides go to these lesser grounds in, you know, League One, League Two, Conference, etc., the pitches are just as good as what some of the pitches are in the Premier League now. You know, years ago, you used to go to these places in League One, League Two, and they were absolute mud baths. And they were absolute shit pitches. And I think they were levelers. And that's maybe why you had quite a lot of upsets. But now, like I said, a lot of the pitches, they're just as good as some of the ones in the Premier League. So you're not really levelling things out. And yeah, that's maybe a theory behind why there's not so many. Still some shock results in there. Still some, you know, scalps in there. Brighton went out. Newcastle drew. But yeah, it is what it is. But let's not be one of those scalps, although it wouldn't really be a massive cup upset, other than the fact that Leeds are in the Championship, but they are pushing to get into the Premier League. In terms of Arsenal, yeah, of course, like I said, we're going to be making a lot of changes tonight. There's players coming back from injury, some players that are not really be getting a chance, and it's a chance for Mikel Arteta to see some of those players and to see whether they can implement his ideas and style. So, yeah, with that said, I'm going to go and get into the starting lineup. It's going to be an interesting one. Starting off in goal, Emi Martinez, and I think that's pretty straightforward that he is the cup goalkeeper. I do genuinely believe that Leno would like to play every single game and not be dropped at all. And none of this cup keeper stuff. But that's the way that big sides do it now, and all sides, to be quite honest with you. So Emi Martinez in goal. Now in defence, first of all on the right-hand side, Hector Bellerin. Coming back from injury, and right now he is the second choice right back. It's that simple. Ainsley Maitland-Niles has been absolutely superb over the last few weeks, and yeah, he's the first choice right back at the moment. Hector's got to work hard, get his fitness back, and try and get his place back in the side. It's as simple as that. I'm going to go with the left back position. I don't think we're going to risk Kolasinac. I know that he's had a bit of a knock. He has trained, but he is our first choice left back, and he's our only first choice left back at the moment. So I feel that we could well play the young lad Saka at left back. I know there's talk of maybe even some of the other youngsters that have been brought into the first team to maybe take that position. But I feel for this one that maybe Saka, because he has played there whilst Kolasinac and Tierney were injured, I feel that he may get that role. So that's what I'm going to go with. In the centre of defence, of course, this is going to be a bit of a sticky one. A bit interesting to see who goes there. First of all, I'm going to go with Rob Holding. Back from injury, needs minutes, needs to get playing. Had, of course, that serious injury with his ACL. Had a niggling one most recently. And a bit like Hector, has to start himself getting some games and minutes now because, yeah, it's the only way he's going to get himself back up to match sharpness, shall we say. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. Now, in the position next to him, there will be calls and talk about Mustafi, but honestly, I wouldn't have him there at all. I don't want to see him play again. I really don't. I'd actually go with a young lad, Zek Medley. Is what I would go with. I'd give him a chance. Mikel Arteta has brought him in. He's training with the first team squad and everything else. And when I first watched him a year and a half or so ago, really looks good. Of course, it is a big step up from the under-23s to the first team and everything else. And it's a bit of a gamble, but why not go for it? That's what I would anyway. So, yeah. Now, in the two that sit in front, no Lucas Torreira or Granit Xhaka. Simple as that. They won't be in there tonight. So first of all, I'm going to go with Guendouzi is what I would go with. Hasn't been getting a lot of minutes lately. I think that's the right thing. I feel the best two pivot in there is Torreira and Saka. So it's a chance for Guendouzi to get some minutes and to start, you know, showing Mikel Arteta what he can do. So that's what I'm going to go with. Alongside him, I'm going to go with Dani Ceballos, back from injury. And yeah, it's a chance for him to start getting some minutes under his belt. I feel that he will be key over the next few weeks and months. And yeah, it's just about gaining fitness now. He's been out for a while with his injury. So it's a good chance for him to come back and to play within the side. So yeah, I'm going to go with Dani Ceballos. On the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Reiss Nelson. And yeah, he's been playing a lot in recent weeks. Mikel Arteta obviously trusts him. Nicolas Pepe came in for the Manchester United game. But I would go back with Reiss Nelson for tonight, and more chance for him to get some minutes and try and get himself a little bit of confidence. Then what I would go with anyway. In the middle of that three, I'm going to go with Joe Willock. Now, it's a chance for him to try and stake his claim and to play more minutes. There's been a couple of incidents where I haven't been happy with his decision making in recent games. Bournemouth, That was one most definitely. Chelsea as well. But he's a young lad and he will learn, and it's a good opportunity for him tonight, and that's what I'm going to go with. On the left-hand side of that three, I'm going to go with Martinelli, back from injury. Hopefully he gets some minutes. Hopefully he gets to play. It was the wrong time for him to get injured because he's been doing really well, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to go with. And that's Martinelli on that left-hand side. Up front, as the main striker, I'm going to go with the young lad, John Jules. And I think that he's a very, very exciting prospect. It's a big ask, you know, to let him lead the line and everything else. But it's a good opportunity. And I think these are the kind of games where you could give him an opportunity. I would load the substitute bench up with the experienced players, maybe Lacazette, Ozil, Pepe, etc. Just in case things ain't going right. But for this game, I don't think it would be a bad move to, you know, start him and give him a run out. But yeah, that's what I would go with. I'd go with him, definitely. So yeah, that's what I would go with. So yeah, there we go. That is it. That is the preview. That is the predicted lineup. It's going to be an interesting one. If I get even half of that prediction right, then I've done well, because it's going to be a whole host of changes. We already know that. But yeah, listen, I like the FA Cup. I want to win it. And this is the first step. And I want to be in the hat for the next round. So we'll see what happens. There'll be a player ratings after the game. Now remember, this Sunday, 6 days time, Blood Brothers final, where we play AFTV. I ain't saying no more. Just make sure you get there and watch this game. Links for tickets to the final will be in the description. Get them there, and I'll see you lot soon. I'm out of here.